Most sellers think they need expensive renovations to add value to their home, like new countertops, bathroom remodel, maybe even a new roof or new windows. But here's the truth that's costing you thousands. You're losing money because of what you are keeping, not what you need to add. Here's what most sellers don't believe. Professional decluttering can deliver a 2,000% ROI. That means spending $1,000 in renting a storage and getting your stuff out can add $20,000 to your sale price. Here's why this works. Buyers don't buy houses. They buy the feeling of living there. And when your personal stuff is everywhere, it can interrupt that vision and kills that emotional connection. Today, I'm sharing the 10 specific items that are costing sellers serious money and often leading to multiple price drops without them understanding why. And stay until the end because I'm also sharing the number one thing sellers need to throw out. And it isn't even physical. And it can matter more than everything on the list combined. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Lily Vallario, and I've been selling real estate for over 21 years, and I keep it very simple. No hype, no fluff, just the kind of advice that most agents won't say out loud. Okay, let's start with the number one biggest deal killers I see all the time. Your home turning into a family museum. I'm talking about personal photos, kids' artwork on the fridge, and the wall of beautiful professional wedding pictures in the hallway. And I know what you're thinking. This is my home. Why can't I show my family? Here's the buyer psychology many agents don't explain clearly enough to home sellers because it's uncomfortable. But when buyers walk into a home filled with personal photos, they don't feel like future owners. They feel like guests in someone else's space. And when buyers feel like guests, they can't mentally move in. They're not picturing their life there. They're looking at yours. That's why personal photos need to come down. Replace them with neutral art, or better yet, leave the walls clean. Give buyers the space to imagine their memories, their lifestyle, and their life on those walls. Next up is pet evidence, and this one's brutal but necessary. If a buyer can smell your dog when they walk through the front door, they're mentally deducting $10,000 from their offer. That's not an exaggeration. That's buyer psychology. Food bowls on the kitchen floor, litter boxers in the bathrooms, and pet toys, all of it has to go. Even if your pets are staying, the evidence can't, because pet odors are one of the fastest ways to ruin a showing. Not because the buyer doesn't like pets, but because smell shapes how the space feels. A clean, fresh smelling home creates a positive experience, the same way nice hotels do. But pet odors, they do the opposite. You may be used to it, but someone who doesn't have pets will notice it immediately. And once that feeling hits, it lingers through the rest of the tour. Don't let something this fixable distract buyers or take the shine off of your home when they're deciding how they feel about it. The third item is what I call space-stealing furniture. The extra recliner in the living room, chairs shoved into the dining room corner, or too many bulky pieces in a bedroom like an armoire paired with a dresser. You may think you need that extra recliner and that extra dresser, and maybe you do. But if your goal is to get more money, those are usually the first pieces that need to go. Once they're out, the room instantly feels bigger and lighter, and that feeling matters when buyers are walking through. Here's the bottom line on these three items. Buyers need to feel like they're home, not visiting yours. Remove the personal stuff, eliminate pet evidence, and give your room space to breathe. Do this right, and you're already ahead of 80% of the competition. Item number 4 is what I call the fix-it-later inoperables. Walk through your house right now and count how many things don't work properly. Maybe it's dead light bulbs, a garbage disposal that makes a weird noise, a bathroom fan that doesn't turn on. And the one that I see a lot is the storm door that sticks or just doesn't open or close properly. Those small issues become symbols of deferred maintenance. And once buyers notice one thing that doesn't work, they start hunting for more. And here's the part sellers miss. Anything that exists and doesn't function will show up on the home inspection report. That difficult storm door to open and close that gets stuck, the inspector flags it. Ripped or broken window screens, flagged. Now the buyer isn't just noticing it. They're asking for a repair or a credit. And suddenly you're negotiating from a weaker position. This is where strategy matters. If a storm door isn't working properly, remove it. If window screens are torn or damaged, take them out. If the doorbell doesn't work, fix it or remove it. Not having a storm door doesn't hurt your value. Missing screens don't hurt your value. And not having a doorbell won't hurt your value either. But broken items absolutely do. My rule is simple. If it's broken, fix it or remove it completely. Replace every dead bulb. Repair or disconnect inoperable features. Don't leave buyers anything they can use as leverage to chip away your price. Clean, functional, neutral. That's how you protect your number. Item 5 hits a nerve, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Political and religious statements have to go. That means campaign signs, religious artwork, anything that makes a statement about your beliefs. Now, I'm not saying your beliefs don't matter. I'm saying they don't belong in your listing. You want to appeal to 100% of the market, not just 50% that agrees with your politics or shares your faith. Here's what happens when buyers see polarizing items. They make an instant judgment about whether they fit in this neighborhood. They wonder about the neighbors, the community, whether their kids would be accepted. You've created a barrier before they even see the primary bedroom. Just keep it neutral. Keep it welcoming. Let buyers focus on the house, not your personal statements. Item 6 is visual noise. Tiny picture frames and knickknacks scattered across every wall and counter. You know, like those live, laugh, love signs and overly personalized decor. I call this postage stamp syndrome. When every wall or countertop has something small on it, instead of feeling styled, the space feels busy, and that drags down the overall look of the home. Small frames make walls look cluttered and rooms feel smaller. Personalized wall art makes the home feels like someone else's space. And those decorative signs you find at places like Home Goods or Hallmark, as cute as they are, cheapen the overall feel of the house. If you must have wall art or wall decor, think gallery quality, not garage sale. Trust me, that one beautiful piece beats 10 small frames every single time. Item 7 is the countertop crowd in your kitchen. I'm talking about the coffee maker, although you use it every day. The toaster, same there. Air fryer, knife block, and that collection of small appliances that take over your most valuable real estate. Kitchen counters are prime selling space. When buyers walk into your kitchen, you want them to see the beautiful stone or gorgeous tile. Those counters represent workspace, entertaining potential, and luxury. Clear those counters completely. Put appliances in cabinets during showings. Let buyers see the full potential of your kitchen workspace. Believe me, empty counters sell houses. Item 8 is bathroom clutter. I'm talking about electronic toothbrushes on the counter, razors by the sink, prescription bottles, makeup left out, hairbrushes, styling tools, and hair products lining the vanity. Nobody wants to see or picture your morning routine. It's personal, distracting, and immediately pulls buyers out of the space. And here's what buyers really start thinking when they see all of it. If all their stuff doesn't fit, where's mine supposed to go? Once that thought hits, the bathroom stops feeling functional. Buyers assume there's not enough storage. They're seeing stuff, not space. Even though they know they have just as much at home, it still looks bad. Clear everything off the counters. Everything. No makeup, no brushes, no hair products, no tools. One candle or one decorative item and a nice folded towel is fine, but that's it. Item 9 is window blockers, heavy drapes, dusty blinds, anything that cuts off natural light. In 2026, natural light is the #1 buyer request, and you're literally blocking your home's best feature. Those heavy drapes from 2010, they're making your room feel dark and dated. I'm sorry, but I know you spent a lot of money. It doesn't matter at this time anymore. And here's something most sellers miss. Drapes that are too short or dragging on the floor look cheap and unprofessional. If you're keeping window treatments, follow the high and wide rule. Mount them close to the ceiling and extend them beyond the window frame. This makes ceilings look higher and windows look larger. But honestly, removing them entirely is often your best bet. The last but not least item is what I call the rug maze. And I'm talking about all those little rugs that you have, like the welcome rug mat when you walk in, or maybe you have one runner in the foyer and another runner in the hallway, and little rug mats in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. Those have to go. They break that visual flow of a house, and it just doesn't look good. Also, it cheapens the look. If you have beautiful hardwood floors, show them. Tiles, show them. Most floors are selling points, so stop covering them up. Okay, here is the bonus tip I promised. The most important thing sellers need to throw out isn't furniture, rugs, or clutter. It's showing restrictions. If your home isn't available when buyers want to see it, they simply move on. Most buyers start touring homes after work around 5:30 or 6 p.m. and allowing showings into the early evening, sometimes until 7:30 or 8, is often what makes the difference. Tight weekday hours, weekend restrictions, or requiring 24 hours notice sounds reasonable, but in real life, it costs you showings. Buyers are often squeezing 5 to 10 homes into the only window they have. If yours isn't available, they don't come back. They forget about it. Their agent forgets about it, and the momentum moves on without you. This is my number one recommendation above everything else I've shared. I would rather see a seller temporarily live with clutter than limit access to their home. Availability sells houses. Restrictions kill momentum. Here's how I want you to think about this process. You're not throwing things away. You're packing early for your next chapter. These things aren't just clutter. They protect your equity and help your home sell faster. Now be honest. Which one of these are you guilty of? Drop it in the comments. And if you like straightforward, no fluff real estate advice for smart home sellers and buyers, hit like and subscribe. I share weekly tips you can actually use no matter where you live. I'm Lily Vallario, and this is Real Estate Made Simple. See you in the next one. Bye.